A big salute, family. It's your brother K. Judah, giving our praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To my Israelite family worldwide, I say peace and blessings. To the CUC family and FOPE family and all the brothers and sisters in the chat. I want to ask a question. Can Israel be a stranger? When we read the scriptures and we hear the word stranger, a lot of people believe it's talking about the other nations always. But we're going to go through the scriptures and I'm going to show you, according to the Bible, can Israel be a stranger? And you always have to use the word stranger in context. Does it always apply to the heathens or the other nations? Or can it also apply to Israel? That's what we're going to deal with, family. This is a very short lesson. I'm talking very short, no more than about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And after I get done with this lesson, I have to make an announcement about this platform and moving forward with my platform. Well, really, the Lord's platform, because this the Lord's work, and that's who I represent. So, the Lord's platform. But I have to make some announcements, family, because I have a godmother, her grandchildren. I have an imam. And I can't allow on my platform some of the things I be seeing on other platforms. So from this day forward, I will not drop my link in the comment section anymore. If I want you on my platform, I will give you the link. I did not build this platform for people to tarnish this platform with their behavior. At the end of the day, my godmother told me, whatever go on your platform, it ain't the people fault. They're not gonna look at them. They're gonna look at you, K. Judah, because that's your platform. So whatever you allow to go on that platform, people gonna look at you, not the people. We all have a name that we want to keep clean. We all have a name that when we come before our people, you don't want that name tarnished with nothing. No stain on that name. So from this day forward, family, my link would never, and I'm going to keep my word. Whatever come out of my mouth, I try my best to keep my word. My link would never be in the chat box no more. If I want you up here, I will give you the link. So get you a Bible. Get you some pen and paper. Write these scriptures down, family, because what the Lord about to show you today, you probably never thought about it. Because it's always good to learn some on your way to learning something. Let's get it. I want to say big salute to all the brothers and sisters who just came in. Big salute to you. Many blessings to you and your families. Let's go ahead and let the Lord do what he do, family. The first scripture I'm going to go to is Deuteronomy chapter 25, and I want you to listen closely. Obadiah, big salute, brethren. Dale Blackwood, Jason, Sophie, Eve, Natural, Oracle, Tracy, and the rest of the family. All right, family. This is Deuteronomy chapter 25. Deuteronomy chapter 25. And I want y'all to hear this for yourself. Because I'm always learning something, family. Every day I read the Bible, I'm learning something new every day. Every day. Now, one day I learn something new about the scriptures. And I just want to share with you that I be learning. So you can also get you that knowledge to sharpen your sword when you're dealing with your family, your loved ones, your friends, or anybody outside of that. This is Deuteronomy chapter 25. And your brother K. Judah going to pick it up at verse 5 through 10. Deuteronomy chapter 25 and verse 5 through 10. And it reads, if brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no children, the wife of the dead should not marry without unto a stranger. Now, somebody might say, hold up, that's talking about somebody of another nationality. But you have to remember, Israel, the law, statutes, and commandments of Yah was given to who? Israel. So the only one who can fulfill this law is another Israelite. But I want you to pay close attention to what Yah, through his son Yahshua, is saying. Verse 5 again, listen. If brethren dwell together and one of them die, these are brothers, natural brothers. Not no brethren, just like if I say, oh, that's my brother. No, these are real brethren. If brethren dwell together and one of them die and have no children, the wife of the dead should not marry without unto a stranger, meaning somebody outside of this family, somebody outside of this tribe, meaning if this Judah have to marry that woman. If this Asher have to marry that woman. It cannot be Judah and Levi. That's a stranger outside of this family. So this ain't talking about no heathen of another nationality or a Gentile. This is talking about anybody outside of this family right here. This stock, this immediate people. No, you can't go outside of this. His next to kin must marry you, which is your brethren, his uncle, cousin, or whoever it may be, but not a stranger outside of this family. Verse 5 again, if brethren dwell together and one of them die and have no children, the wife of the dead should not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother. Read that again, K. Judah. Her husband's brother. One more time, K. Judah. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her and take her to him to wife and perform the duty of her husband's brother unto her. And it should be that the firstborn which she bare should succeed in the name of his brother, which is dead, that his name be not put out of Israel. And if the man like not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate unto the elders and say, my husband's brother refused to raise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband's brother. Then the elder of his city shall call him and speak unto him. And if he stand to it and say, I like not to take her, then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders and loose his shoe from off his foot and spit in his face and shall answer and say, so shall it be done unto the man that would not build up his brother's house. Verse 10, and his name shall be called in Israel, the house of him that have his shoe loose. So you hear that, family? That a stranger outside of this family cannot marry that woman, but he's not talking about the stranger like we know stranger to be. Like if a stranger come and dwell among you, one law for Israel and a stranger, this talking about somebody of another tribe, family. This talking about somebody of another stock, family, another family tree outside of this family tree. Knowledge. Now, let me show you that a lot of people like to say Ruth was a Moabite. Now, you remember that the woman loosed off her shoe, spit in his face. Let's see what Boaz said about this law when he was performing this with Ruth. Let's go to Ruth chapter 4, and I'm going to read 1 through 10. Ruth chapter 4 and verse 1 through 10. Let's see if Boaz performed this with a Moabitess by blood, or a woman who was dwelling in the country of Moab, but really come from the tribe of Israel. Let's go get it. This is Ruth chapter 4, the book of Ruth, chapter 4. And your brother K. Judah is going to read verse 1 through 10. Ruth, chapter 4 and verse 1 through 10. Now remember, she loosed off the shoe, spit in his face, because he would not perform the brother's duty unto the wife, to raise up seed unto his brother, that his name be not put out of Israel. This is Ruth chapter 4, verse 1 through 10. And it reads, then went Boaz up to the gate, like she did, and set him down there. And behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spake came by, unto whom he said, ho, such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city. Did not the Lord say, go to the elders? And she let the elders know this man would not perform the duty of his brother to come in unto me and raise up seed in his brother's name. So she loosed off the shoe, spit in his face, because he didn't want to do it. So let's see what Boaz is about to say. Verse 3. And he said unto the kinsmen, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land, which was our brother's Elimelech. And I thought to advise thee, saying, buy it before the inhabitants and before the elders of my people. If thou would redeem it, redeem it. But if thou would not redeem it, tell me, that I may know. For there is none to redeem it besides thee, and I am after thee. And he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth, the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, the wife of the dead, the wife of the dead, to do what, K. Judah? To raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. Oh, this was a law given to Israel. So how can Ruth be a Moabite by blood performing this law with an Israelite man? This gotta be some knowledge flowing through your brain. No heathen woman can perform this law with an Israelite man. No Israelite man can perform this law with a heathen woman. You have been woefully misinformed. Ruth was an Israelite. That's why Boaz told that man, when you buy that land from Naomi, you must also buy it of Ruth, and you must take her. Why? Because her husband was dead, and you must raise up seed in her husband's name because you are next to kin. And if you don't want to do it, I'ma do it. How this woman a heathen, family? Let's get a little bit more. Verse 5. Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar my own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the manner in former times in Israel. Read that again, K. Judah. Now this was the manner in former times of Israel, concerning redeeming and concerning changing. For to confirm all things, a man plucked off his shoe. A man plucked off his shoe. What that woman did, man? A man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor. And this was a testimony in Israel. Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe. And Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, ye are witnesses this day that I have bought all that was Elimelech's, and all that was Chilion's and Mardian's, and of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mardian, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead. To raise up the name of the dead. I thought she was a heathen. How can you raise up a dead for a heathen woman and that name still be among Israel. Because according to Ezra and Nehemiah, they put them heathen women away. They put their children away. So how can Ruth be a Moabite by blood performing the law of ancient Israel, given to Israel, that if your brother die, you're supposed to go into his wife? So how can Ruth be a Moabite by blood if Boaz is performing this with this woman to raise up the name of her dead husband, seed, that his name be not cast out of Israel? Knowledge. Verse 9, and Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, ye are witnesses this day. And remember, he took off his shoe. Now, the woman did it when I read Deuteronomy 25. But Ruth must have been a classy woman, because, hold up, the dude was next to kin, right? But Ruth did not go up to him and say, spit in his face. She didn't do that. Boaz took the shoe off and gave it to the elders. Y'all getting this? Ruth was an Israelite, family. Ruth was an Israelite, family. It don't take much to get that knowledge. Just a little bit common sense. A little bit common sense. Verse 9, and Boaz said unto the elders and to all the people, ye are witnesses this day, that I have bought all that was Elimelech's, and all that was Chilion's, and Marlin's, of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Marlin, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses this day. So the Bible just confirmed the law that I read in Deuteronomy 25, because Boaz mentioned that law. Now let's go to Numbers chapter 1 so I can show you when he is talking about the stranger that is not an Israelite. Numbers chapter 1. And I'm going to read verse 1, then I'm going to tell you when I'm going to skip down. Numbers chapter 1. Because a lot of people always say when the Bible mentions stranger, it can never be an Israelite. You have been woefully misinformed. Numbers chapter 1. And your brother K. Judah going to pick it up at verse 1. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. The book of Numbers chapter 1. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 1. And it reads, and the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tabernacle of the congregation, on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying. Now jump down to verse 51 through 54. 51 through 54. And let's see what the Lord said. 51. And it reads, and when the tabernacle setteth forward, the Levites should take it down. And when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites should set it up. And the stranger that cometh nigh should be put to death. You think he talking about a stranger of another nationality? They was not in the camp with Israel once the Lord gave them laws, statutes, and commandments. This is after the book of Exodus chapter 20, when he gave them laws, statutes, and commandments. Because you remember, Israel, the Lord told them, I'm going to sever you from other people. So he had got rid of all that mixed multitude. He wanted Israel to be severed from other people. So this is after the book of Exodus. So when he say a stranger should not come nigh that tabernacle, who you think he talking about? Anybody outside of the tribe of Levi to the Lord? Who is you? What are you doing? Why is you by this tabernacle? You are a stranger to the Lord, man, because he don't recognize nobody but Levi approaching that tabernacle. Knowledge. Let me read it one more time, man. So nobody won't say, this nigga tripping. No, I'm not. Verse 51. And when the tabernacle set it forward, the Levites shall take it down. And when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites should set it up. And the stranger that cometh nigh should be put to death. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents. Hold up. No, the mixed multitude. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents every man by his own camp, and every man by his own standard throughout their hosts. But the Levites shall pitch round about the tabernacle of testimony, that there be no wrath upon the congregation of the children of Israel. And the Levites shall keep the charge of the tabernacle of testimony. And the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did they. So did y'all hear that? That only Levi can be around that tabernacle. No stranger, meaning nobody of another tribe, family, because if you approach unto it and you are not Levi, to the Lord, you are a stranger. Knowledge now. Knowledge now. Let's go to Exodus 12, because now he's finna tell you about the other stranger. Exodus 12. Exodus 12, verse 43 through 49. Exodus 12. Exodus chapter 12 and verse 43 through 49. This is not an Israelite stranger. Now he about to tell you about the real stranger who's outside of the tribes of Israel. Verse 43, and it reads, and the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the audience of the Passover. There should no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money. Why just not can any stranger eat it? Because your life is bought with a price. What price? The blood of Christ, man. He paid a price for you. So those who are bought with money represent how the Lord purchased our life with his blood, family, and redeemed us for reconciliation to the Most High Yah. We are bought with a price. Ain't no free ride. Because if you sin, you gonna die with your own blood gonna be spirit. The Lord not gonna keep dying for you. He only died one time. One time, family. And we are bought with the precious blood of Yahshua HaMashiach. So no stranger just cannot eat this Passover. Only the servants that was bought with money. Only the servant that was bought with money, family, because that money represents something. Just like we are the Lord's servant, we are bought with a price, and yo strangers, yo heathen strangers, the ones you bought with money, they can keep the Passover. But not just any kind of stranger, only those bought with money. Verse 43 again, and the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the audience of the Passover. There should no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money. When thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant should not eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant should not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou should not carry forth out of the flesh abroad, out of the house. Neither shall ye break a bone thereof. Now, I just want to say this. I don't kick against none of my people because y'all all trying to the best of your ability. Listen again. You will never hear K. Judah get on here and say, you keeping the Passover wrong. You doing this wrong. I don't do that, family, because we all giving a sincere effort to try to the best of our ability to be the best we can be. Now, I will say this. When you eat a lamb for Passover and you go buy a lamb at the store, are not the bones broken? Did not they cut the meat? They cut the meat. So if you is going to get a lamb, you will have to raise up the lamb yourself, family, and kill the lamb on the Passover day. Meaning you raised the lamb. You know it's a male of the first year. You know it don't have blemish, because what they be cutting up at the stove, we don't know if it don't have blemish or not. All the bones are broken. So all I'm saying, if we gonna do right, or if you gonna do wrong, at least try to do wrong right. At least try to do wrong right. That's all I'm saying, family. All the bones are broken. But he just told you not one bone should be broken. That's why when our forefathers ate the Passover, have you ever noticed they cooked the whole thing? Not one bone was broken. So Christ's bones was not broken. When they got ready to try to hit his knees, the earth shook. So they didn't break none of Christ's bones because that represent this lamb bones not being broken, which a lot of people cannot catch. That the lamb that they was killing, it represent Yahshua HaMashiach. The blood they was spilling, it represent Yahshua HaMashiach. The male of the first year, it represent Yahshua being the first fruit from the dead. And he had no blemish. Not even Gayu was found in his mouth. That's called knowledge. Verse 46, in one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. When a stranger, this another stranger. When a stranger, this another type of stranger that is not Israelite. So you got to keep it in context. When a stranger shall sojourn with thee and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised. Then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat the Passover. See, all y'all, not y'all family, but I'm talking about the people who just love to fight your brother, Judah. Love to call. One Negro just wrote me and called me an imbecile. Nigga called me all type of dirty names. Guess why? Because I believe that the children of Japhet are Gentile. So he got the name in Moab and Ammon and don't even know that Moab and Ammon come from the line of Abraham and Lot. They are not Gentile. They come from the Shemitic stock. But this man want to call me all type of name. I had to block the Negro. Just block. Ain't gonna argue with you. You see how disrespectful our people can be? Instead of just asking me as a man, what's my thought on this or what's my thought on that? The man called me an imbecile. What is that, y'all? A little baby fetus? I don't know what that Negro talking about. But let me keep going, though. So do you see, family? Do you see that all the strangers' males had to be circumcised? That's the same thing he told Abraham. Y'all remember? When he told Abraham, all your servants that are bought with money must needs be circumcised. So Paul cannot change the circumcision law when he was telling Gentiles that they have to be circumcised. Nobody can change the promise that he made with Abraham. He said this should be a covenant forever. How long is forever, family? Forever. Verse 49, one law, read that again, King Judah. One law should be to him that is homeborn and unto the stranger that's sojourning among you. Thus did all the children of Israel as the Lord commanded Moses. And Aaron, so did they. So there you go, family. There you go. That only the Israelites and the stranger that was bought with money and circumcised must keep the Passover if they chose to. But no stranger that was not circumcised or bought with money cannot keep it. That's book. That's not K. Judah. That's book. Let's go, family. And I'm almost done. Let's go to Acts chapter 2, because I want to show you now it's about to revert back to Israel being strange. What I'm showing y'all according to scriptures, family, is that when you read the word stranger, please make sure that you read a lot of the passage so you can get that understanding of what you read, because it might be talking about an Israelite being a stranger. Like in Deuteronomy chapter 25, when he say there should not, this woman can marry a stranger. What you think he was talking about? Outside of the brethren. She couldn't go get somebody from Levi, Asher, Naphtali, Zebulun, Benjamin. She had to get his next to kin. Anything outside of that is considered a stranger. So the Lord just wants you to get all knowledge. See, this is what people don't understand. Even the smallest thing in the scriptures is profitable for edification. That little dot and tittle makes a difference. It makes a difference, family. So that's why I read everything. I want to get knowledge of everything. I want to get knowledge of everything that the Lord allowed me to get knowledge of. So when you talking to somebody, you can cover all bases. It don't mean you know everything. It just means you always prepared to answer and give an answer for the things and the questions that people are asking. Let's go to Acts chapter 2 so I can show you that Israelites was called strangers even when they was in Rome. Acts chapter 2. And I'm going to read 1 through 10. Acts chapter 2. Now, this is not talking about no heathen strangers or other nationality of strangers. This is Israelite strangers. How we know that? Acts chapter 2 and verse 1 through 10. Acts chapter 2 and verse 1 through 10. And this is when they was keeping Pentecost. Listen. Acts chapter 2, verse 1 through 10, and it reads, and when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared unto them cloven tongues, like as a fire. It was nothing but angels. This is nothing but angels who interpret for the disciples the different languages that people were speaking. So when you hear people say, I'm speaking in tongues, all tongues mean that if I am from America and I got somebody standing on side of me who speaks Swahili, I'm going to tell him what he need to tell him, but he going to tell him in Swahili. That's another tongue. I don't know Swahili. So I'm going to say to him in English what he going to say to him in Swahili. That's another tongue. Knowledge. Verse 2. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as a fire, and it set upon each of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Ghost, and began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. And they were all dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. Now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because every man heard them speaking his own language. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? They are not all these Jews? Are not all these Galileans? Verse 8. And how hear we every man in his own tongue wherein we was born? Pontus and Medes and Elamites and the dwellers of Mesopotamia and in Judea and Cappadocia and Pontus and Asia, Pergia and Pamphylia and Egypt and parts of Libya, about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome. Read that again, K. Judah. And strangers of Rome. One more time, K. Judah. And strangers of Rome. Who? Jews and proselytes. The strangers of Rome was Israelites, family. So Israel can also be considered a stranger in the land in which they dwell in. You in America, you a stranger. You in the UK, you a stranger. You're in Brazil, Afro-Mexicans, Afro-Cubans, Afro-Guatemalans, Afro-Brazilians. You are a stranger in the land, Haitians. All our people in the Africa scattered, you are strangers. That is not your land. You come from Zion. You come from Samaria. You come from Jerusalem. So wherever you scattered at, you are a stranger, because that's not your land. You don't make the laws. You don't make the rules. You don't get to live where you want. You are a stranger in a shadow, in a land that oppress you. So you're a stranger. So y'all understand what the Lord is trying to get you to see, Israel, that you also can be considered a stranger. You just got to put it in proper context. That's all. So Israel got to stop saying, oh, when the Bible mentions stranger, he talking about the other nations. No, not all the time. He could be talking about my brethren. He could be talking about my sisters, man. Because if I'm from the tribe of Judah and I come to your house, which is from the tribe of Asher, them people don't know me. In that family, when I walk in the door, they going to say, who is this stranger? But we all Israelites. That doesn't mean anything, because we are Israelites. We are strangers one to another when we come into each other's home and we meet each other's family. We are strangers. We don't know one another until we get to know one another. We strangers. So did you hear when the Bible say, verse 10, Pergia and Pamphylia and Egypt and parts of Libya, about Cyrene and strangers of Rome? Those strangers of Rome was Israelites, family. It was Israelites. So the Bible is proving to you today that our people can also be considered strangers. It just got to be in the proper context. That's it. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 10. Because now it's about to go back to the regular stranger. All I'm doing is going line upon line and precept on precept to show you that when you encounter people, you want to be able to navigate these scriptures. You want to be able to give an answer, because a lot of people, when they talk to you, they really just trying to trip you up. They really just trying to make you look like a fool. They're not really looking for edification. Some are, but most not. They just trying to show you what they learned in theology school or seminary school, how they know how to manipulate the scriptures. So they're going to try to use those tactics on you. But you're going to be ready for it. And the Bible going to confound them, not you, but the Bible. Because the Bible says you got to convince the gainsayers. And how do you convince them? By swinging this sword, by wielding this word. Knowledge. Let's go to Deuteronomy 10 and verse 19. One verse. Deuteronomy 10 and one verse, verse 19. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 10. And we only go in one verse. Verse 19. Because now the Lord about to tell you about the regular stranger that is not an Israelite. How we know that? Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 19. And it reads, love ye therefore the stranger. Read that again, K. Judah. Love ye therefore the stranger. One more time, K. Judah. Love ye therefore the stranger. For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. There you go. Y'all heard that? Love ye therefore the stranger. Because you was also strangers. So all the Lord was trying to show us is how to be humble. How to be humble. Because we was also strangers in another man's land. So when people come to our lands, we don't want to mistreat them. Because guess what? We represent the law. Like I told this story before. When I first came into the truth, I was very angry. I never knew that they fed our babies to alligators. But then when I read about the Egyptian captivity, and I read how Pharaoh was throwing all the babies in the Nile, I got where the Gentiles got it from. They got it from Egypt. So they was feeding our babies to alligators. I was highly upset. I was so angry that I'm telling y'all, the anger was just outrageous. Because all the things that I found out that I didn't know about our people made me very, very upset, man, with the heathen. I was so angry that when I used to be at work, I'm glad I don't work there no more now. The Gentiles get out of line. I used to grab their groceries and just throw it on the floor. I could have got fired, but I was just looking at them in disgust, how they can walk around in pride after feeding little babies to alligators, man. But I don't behave like that no more. I'm just telling you, when we all first come into the truth, the first thing we experience is anger. The first thing we experience is resentment. We looking at the heathen in rage. Like we just want to go upside their head. But as you grow in the truth, as you grow, you become more mature. You start to handle yourself better. You start to realize that our forefathers got us in this condition. You start to realize that the heathen is only doing what the Lord allowed them to do. The heathen is playing a part just like we playing a part. They playing a role just like we playing a role. So I can't be mad at the heathen when our fathers is the one got us in this condition. The heathen's gonna get dealt with, family, but I can't go around angry at every heathen I come across. So you know what I do? I respect those who respect me. Because we were, even though in this anger, the values that my mama instilled in me always manifest in my face and convict me. So we was having a picnic for my uncle. And we was at Herman Park down here in Houston, Texas. And there was a Gentile man and a Gentile woman, his wife. They was homeless and they was sitting under a tree. And they were just looking just sad and just miserable. So I made the husband a plate of food. I made the wife a plate of food. You know why I did that? I wasn't trying to do that so people could see me. Oh, he feeding Gentiles. Oh, they're so kind. I didn't do it for that. I did that because I represent the Lord, family. And I don't want to have hate in my heart for no one. I don't want to have hate in my heart that displaced. Because I had displaced hatred when I first came into the truth. Because I was mad at all the Gentiles. But as I grew into the truth, the Lord look at all our works and he know our mind. We cannot trick him. So I don't want to wake up with hatred on my mind and I'm just mad at everybody because I'm a blind myself. I ain't gonna be able to function right. So I let all that go and I fed them Gentiles because I represent the Lord. That's how you heat coals of fire on these people here, by representing the Lord right. And I showed my kinfolk in them something. It don't matter how angry you get at these Gentiles. When they hungry and you have food and it's in your power to do it, just go ahead and do it because you represent the Lord. And let the Lord be the reward of you in secret, not because of man. Knowledge. That's knowledge, family. And I feed a Gentile again. If he asks me, I done did it plenty of times. They hungry, I feed them. Because I represent something greater than myself, family. It's not about me. I represent the Lord. So when people see the works and the man and the walk and the actions behind the man, I represent the Lord, family. That's all I can tell you. I have no dog in this fight. I represent the Lord. So I'm going to try my best to walk right with all men and also women. Now Gentile women, I never touch you. I never been with one of y'all, but I don't got nothing against you, Gentile women. But you can't get mad at me for, I just love the black woman. I love my Israelite woman. That's all I ever been with, all I ever touch. Because sometimes them Gentiles be getting mad, boy. The one Gentile tried to talk to me and got it, blowing the horn at me. Say, I'm not interested. No, blowing the horn in anger. And you gonna talk to me, nigga? How you turn me down? What's wrong with them Gentile women? They don't want to be turned down or turned away. But I love the Israelite woman. Woo! Let me keep going. I'm getting sidetracked. Woo! The Israelite woman, boy. That's the most beautiful thing God made in this creation, outside of all his creation, is an Israelite woman. He was showing that when he made the Israelite woman. He was showing that, boy. I'm telling you. Man, I forgot where I was thinking about the Israelite woman. I'm sorry. Y'all got to bear with me. I thought about y'all for a minute and got sidetracked. Hold up, man. Where I'm at? Okay, I just read Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 19. Help me, Lord. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 1, so I can show you how this is also the Israelite stranger. Woo. That's why when I be hearing Negroes talking about, we don't want the black woman. Hey, don't worry about it. There's more for all the brothers that do want them. There's more for all us. Y'all don't want them? We'll take them. Because we love our sisters, man. There is nothing more beautiful than an Israelite woman. Oh, man, but they got attitudes, man. I done seen Gentile women get attitude. I done seen Pakistani women get attitude. I done seen them women fighting each other. One woman was holding the baby squabbling. So I don't understand, like, what make our women so different from every other woman on the earth? Because they put their men on child support too. They get angry too. They fight too. They call the police too. I just don't understand what's the difference. I'm just asking. What's the difference and make the Gentile woman so much better than the Israelite woman when she do the same thing that you say the Israelite woman do? She call the police, she put you on child support, she'll break up with you, she want the bag, black women just want money. White women want money. So I don't understand what y'all talking about. Same thing. Let's keep it moving, man. See, people get mad at me for calling out it down the middle. People get mad at me because I call it down the middle. I hold people accountable who say stupid stuff. Oh, black women this, black women that. Oh, they doing this, they doing that. They loud. Man, I done seen white women be loud. Y'all don't see all them Karens being loud? Calling the police on Nick Road, walking their dog at the park. What you call that? Yeah, okay then. Let's keep going, man. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 1. 1 Peter. If we're going to be truthful, let's be truthful. Gentile women do everything else every other women do. And Pakistani woman, Chinese woman, all women get angry. All women get tired. All women don't want to deal with a bomb. It don't matter the nationality. Women don't want to deal with a bomb. Oh, man, a white woman will stay with a man no matter what. Well, why are so many Negroes getting divorced and she's taking half of his money, taking half of his wealth, and taking all that wealth back to her community? And boy, they living quite delicious. Why did Negro sleeping on the couch crying, talking about, I wish I would have never did it. I wish I could take it back. Shut up. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 1. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 1. And I want you to hear this. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 1. And it reads, Peter, an apostle of Yahshua HaMashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, I just read that in Acts. Galatia, I just read that in Acts. Cappadocia, I just read that in Acts. Asia and Bethany. Didn't I just read that in Acts when they kept Pentecost? Cappadocia, Asia, Bethany, Galatia. I just read that, family. So these strangers who were scattered are Israelites, not heathens. So it does not always mean heathens when you read the word stranger. It can be talking about an Israelite stranger. Israel can be strangers. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 11 and show you another way that the Lord called our forefathers strangers. This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 and 2. Then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to skip down. And I'm almost done, family. Hebrews chapter 11. It say to the strangers scattered throughout Galatia, Pontus, Bethany, Asia. That's what our fathers. They're my fathers and our mothers and their children. We were scattered throughout them places, man. Hebrews chapter 11. And I'm going to read 1 through 2. Then I'm going to skip down to verse 13 through 14. Thank my beloved sister T for putting the scriptures in there for the family. Because I know I move a little fast, family. So I thank my sister T. Washington for putting the scriptures in there for her brother K. Judah. Let's get it. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 and 2, and it reads, Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. All our forefathers obtained a good report through what? Faith. Faith, man. Faith is not a person. Faith is simply your belief. I believe what I seen, family. I believe Yahshua dies and rose. I never saw it, but I believe. I believe in Yah. I believe in the word, fam. I believe the things that's going to take place that have not taken place yet. I believe, though. My faith, I believe. I don't doubt nothing. I believe, family. I believe, family. Jump down to verse 13 and 14. 13 and 14, and listen closely. 13 and 14, and it reads, These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers. Read that again, K. Judah. And confessed that they were strangers. One more time, K. Judah. And confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims in the earth. Y'all hear this? They were strangers. Our fathers are telling you they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. Why, K. Judah? Why? Abraham, when the Lord called them out to a land that he knew not, he was a stranger, family. That's why the Bible keeps telling you they saw them afar off. They have not obtained the promises yet because they're not going to get them without us. We're going to all receive it at the same time. The dead shall be raised first in Christ. Then those of us which are alive and remain shall meet the Lord in the air. We're going to all be changed at the same time. At the same time. Verse 14, for they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. All our fathers seek a country. What is that country? New Jerusalem. They waiting on the promised land, family. They waiting to go home. They waiting to be raised out the dead. And they ready to go home, family. We all ready to go home, family. We are strangers and pilgrims in the earth. We don't have a home in these people's lands, family. We are just strangers. We are wanderers. We are strangers. Nobody care about us. Nobody see about us. Nobody go about to see how we doing. Y'all remember when the Bible say my people are in prison houses and holes. When you hire somebody in the hole, you can't see them. So it's like being in a community where nobody can see you because nobody's checking for you. They all pass by and watch. They look at the places we live at, But hold up, though. They say, well, why don't y'all pick yourself up by the bootstrap? But every time we have picked ourselves up by the bootstrap, what happened, family? They burned it down. So it's not like we lazy. We have not tried. Black people are not lazy people. Black people, I hate that I got to say black. Let me just say Israelites are not stupid people. Israelites are hardworking people. Israelites can work with their hands. Israelites know how to build. We just can't be left alone because everybody bother us. They just won't leave us alone. So it's not like we're not trying to progress and do things that can further our people. They just won't leave us alone. So we got to stop talking about, oh man, black people are not lazy. Go back to all my lives. And I keep saying it. Black people are not stupid. Black people are not lazy. Black people are the smartest people on. Black people are the smartest people on earth. We just can't be left alone. Everybody messing with us. Leave us alone and watch how we thrive. Leave us alone and watch how we build. Leave us alone, man. But you can't because you know we gonna build. You know we gonna thrive. And you can't have that, Gentile man. You just can't have that. He can't have it, family. So the Bible said that our father was seeking for a country. They were strangers and pilgrims in the earth. And so are we. So are we. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 2, 1 through 10. 1 Peter chapter 2, 1 through 10. You will never hear me talking about my people ain't smart. Too smart. You will never hear me talking about my people too lazy. Never lazy. What y'all talking about? That's what's wrong with us now. You don't know how to encourage your people. Whatever the heathen tell you, that's what you go by. You watch the media and then you degrade your people because what some Gentiles said. Can't even think for yourself. All our thoughts and concepts and everything we do come from another people. You don't think for yourself. Somebody tell you what to think. But a lot of us have broke out the matrix when we came into the knowledge. Gentiles don't think for us no more. We trying to build up our people confidence and faith back in Yahshua and the Most High Yah. 1 Peter chapter 2. And I'm going to read 1 through 10. And it reads, wherefore laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisy and envies and all evil speaking, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. If so be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious, to whom coming as unto a lively stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of God and precious, ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God by Yahshua HaMashiach. Wherefore also it is contained in the scriptures, behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, which is Yahshua HaMashiach, elect, precious, and he that believe on him should not be confounded. Unto you, therefore, which believe is precious. But unto them which be disobedient, the stone which the builders disallowed, the same is made the head of the corner, and a stone of stumbling, and a rock of offense, even to them which stumble at the word, even to them that stumble at the word, even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Verse 10, which in time past was not a people, but are now the people of God. Hold up, y'all just heard that? In time past was not a people. Now somebody gonna tell you, listen, from verse 1 through 10, who was the Lord talking to, family? Israel. Who is that royal priesthood? Israel. Who is the stone that they disallowed? Israel. Disallowed the stone, which is the builder, which is Yahshua HaMashiach. He was an offense to Israel, and the stumbling of them who believe not the word, they stumbled. So he's not talking about no heathens. Y'all talking about Peter was writing to Gentiles. You have been woefully misinformed. It took Paul a whole year to go to the Gentile. Paul was only teaching Jews. You better read these scriptures and get them timelines together. It took Paul a whole year to go to Gentile. He didn't want to do it at first. Paul was only teaching Jews. But what did Paul say? Because you don't want to hear the word, we turn to the Gentile. So you got to get that knowledge. So right here, he said, which in time past was not a people, but are now the people of God. Hold up. I heard this somewhere before. Let's go to Hosea chapter 10. I'm sorry. Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Hosea, the book of Hosea. The book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 10. I read this somewhere before, family, to show you this ain't talking about no heathens, man. He talking to Israelites. Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 10. One verse, family. Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10. And it reads, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, that it should be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. Hold up, man. Let me go back to 1 Peter chapter 2 again and verse 10. Which in time past was not a people, but are now the people of God. Who is he talking to, family? Israel. Israel. Let's go to Hosea chapter 2. Hosea chapter 2 and verse 1. And then I'm going to tell you when I'm going to skip down. Hosea chapter 2 and verse 1. Then I'm going to tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. The book of Hosea chapter 2 and verse 1. And it reads, say ye unto your brethren, Am and unto your sister, Rehoboam. Now jump down to verse 19 through 23. 19 through 23. And it reads, and I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment and in loving kindness and in mercies. I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord. Come to pass in that day. I will hear, said the Lord. I will hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth. And the earth shall hear the corn, and the wine, and the oil, and they shall hear Jezreel. And I will sow her unto me in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her that have not obtained mercy. And I will say to them, which were not my people, thou art my people, and they shall say, thou art my God. I just read that in 1 Peter chapter 2. Them that were not a people, he's talking about Israel. Who did he give the divorce to? Israel. Knowledge. Let's go to 1 Peter again, chapter 2. And this time, verse 10 through 12. And I got three more scriptures after this. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 2, 10 through 12. So I pray somebody got some understanding that if anybody try to use on you, or strangers only mean the other nation, they have been woefully misinformed. Tell them to show you that Israel cannot be a stranger. Because I just proved to you in Deuteronomy chapter 25. I went to Ruth chapter 4. I just proved it in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 1. When he say to the strangers scattered abroad, he talking about our fathers. To the strangers who are pilgrims in the earth, he talking about our fathers, man. Those who was not a people, he talking about our people, man. That's why we can't let the Gentiles teach our word. And you can't learn the word from the circumcision of lying preachers. They mouths must be stopped, family. They worse than the Gentiles. If you want to be honest, the Negro preacher is worse than the Gentile preacher. I'm just going to call it what it is. At least the Gentile preacher is willing to deal with prophecy. All the Negro preacher going to do is give you a good concert, a good screaming match, and they going to sing some songs. And you going to dance, you going to shout, and you going to go home with no knowledge. That's the Christian church for you. But that don't mean the people are bad in there. It just means they lack knowledge. Because they just sitting there listening to lies, and it never dawned on them, this man ain't preaching. Man say one word, amen, preacher, hallelujah. They catch the Holy Ghost. They run around the church like they're in a track meet doing a 4x1 relay, and then they sit back down and they all out of breath on the floor. They got to put a blanket over them. They out of breath. They try to sit them up. They can't breathe. They hair all over their head. The hat then pushed to the back. The man, he just running. He run out the door, hitting his head everywhere. Come on, man. What is going on? What is going on? First Peter. Y'all know y'all brother ain't lying. When we used to go to church, everybody be running around the church. I say all they need is a baton to do the 4x1 relay. Because they just running around this church. This man ain't said nothing. And I just be sitting there. I ain't never caught the Holy Ghost in my life. I used to sit in church and, man, I mean, just shaking my head like, man, what is going on? Why are these people running around the church? This man ain't said nothing, man. He ain't said nothing. But y'all running. Pass the baton, man. 4x4 relay. First Peter chapter 2. And we're going to read 10 through 12. First Peter chapter 2, and this time 10 through 12. And it reads, which in time past was not a people, but are now the people of God, which have not obtained mercy. Hold up, y'all. Didn't I just read that, huh? Didn't we just read that in the book of Hosea, those who have not obtained mercy? But you got liars out here talking about, oh man, they're talking about the Gentile. No, Paul did go to the natural Gentile. Don't get me wrong. But y'all got to stop lying, talking about all the New Testament is to the nations. No, partner. Paul went to the northern kingdom also. You know, the lost tribes of Israel? Because Peter and them wasn't lost. They knew they was Jews. That's why they kept the Pentecost. Because they knew that they still knew their nationality. But you remember during the Greek Empire, what happened? A lot of our fathers would call themselves Greeks. So you got to put this thing in context, man. Oh, when it say neither Greek nor Jew, why he didn't say neither Greek or Ham or Ammon or Moab? Why he didn't do it? Why he just say neither Greek nor Jew? Because a lot of our fathers was calling themselves by Greek names. During the Greek Empire, you cannot confess yourself to be an Israelite. So they gave them Greek names. So you got to put all this in context, man. You remember Timothy, his daddy was a Greek. So if his daddy was a Greek, how was he able to teach with Paul? Can you show me one scripture where God used the heathen to preach his word? Can you give me one scripture where the Lord used a heathen to preach his word in the Bible? Just one, a prophet of another nationality, a disciple of another nationality, a apostle of another nationality. Can somebody show me? Because Timothy or Timotheus, the one who was teaching with Paul, Paul called him his son. How can he teach with Paul if his daddy was a Greek by blood? So that means his daddy must have been calling himself a Greek, coming out that Greek empire. Because who ruled before Rome? The Greeks. Knowledge, man. Knowledge. Who ruled before Rome, family? The Greeks. So when you hear his daddy was a Greek, but his mama was an Israelite. His father was not a Greek by blood, y'all. He was a Greek because they came out of that Greek empire, that Greek captivity, and then Rome took over. That's why you ever heard the Greco-Roman Empire? Greco-Roman, Greeks, and Rome. This is knowledge, fam. Knowledge. Verse 10 again, which in time past was not a people, but are now the people which have not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers, read that again, K. Judah, as strangers, one more time, K. Judah, as strangers, and pilgrims. I just read that in Hebrews chapter 11, that our fathers was looking for a country, which was strangers and pilgrims in the earth. This Bible is cold, man. This Bible give me the chills, family. Y'all don't understand, man. Y'all do not understand. It's just like a ball player who love his craft. This my craft. I love it so. And I'm going to put all my energy into it because I want that real knowledge now. So when I'm edifying Israel and I walk into a room and I get judged by my appearance, because the way I talk, the locks in my hair, the way I dress, and they say, who is this Negro y'all done brought up in here to debate us, and we got theologian degrees. And the Lord used my country behind, took a phone minute. Coming straight out the nickel, baby. Straight out of Fifth Ward, Houston, Texas. And I'm talking already. The Lord used little bit of old me to confound the great with this little country mouth boy. So that's why I stay humble. And I walk into a room like I don't know nothing. No, I don't understand the scriptures. No, I never heard that. I just let them talk. Then I get the wielding that sword. Oh my God. Them Negroes walk away, boy. I told y'all the last time one of my partners, they was having a podcast. And guess what the two dudes said? If you invite K. Judah, we about to leave. They told my partner they didn't want me there. They say, do not invite him. We don't want to talk to him. And my partner said, wow, I thought y'all believe in the Bible like he do. No, bro, we don't want to talk to him. So they told my partner, man, don't invite me. You know why? It has nothing to do with me. It's the spirit. And they know that I can wield this sword, family. And nobody want to be confounded by what they don't know because they too arrogant and allow their pride to get in the way. So they can't see. And they would not accept edification from a man that's bringing forth knowledge because it didn't come from them. So guess what? They get stubborn. And they didn't want this country boy there now. They say, oh, no, don't have that nigga over here. We about to go. So my partner said, man, don't even come, man. Don't even come, K. Judah. They say if you come, bro, they going to leave. So it's all good. It's all good. Thank you, Father, for the knowledge. Because you got me walking around as a weapon. And people can see that spirit on you now. They can see it. They can feel it. They know it's on you. Another one of my co-workers, one of my partners say, why don't y'all just sit down and talk about the Bible? That boy say no. He said, hold up, man. Oh, you want to sit down with K. Judah? He said no. He said, why? Y'all believe in the same book. He said he don't want to talk to me. See what I'm saying? Because I allow man to talk. And they give me all their heart. They get hallelujah and whoa, Jesus, thank you, Lord. Woo! And I'm just standing there. And I just ask a few couple questions. Can you prove this to me? Can you prove that to me? And next thing you know, boy, they gone. They don't want to talk no more. Because of pride, family. Pride has blinded a lot of our people. They don't want edification from nobody because it's not coming from them. That's why a lot of men cannot be corrected. Because it's not coming from them. Because then in their mind, why did God give it to him to edify people? Why he didn't give it to me? I read the Bible too. I'm studying the scripture because your spirit not right. The Lord cannot work in an unclean vessel. Your vessel must be clean, meaning your thoughts of your mind. And your spirit must be right and walking in the fruits of the spirit towards your people for the Lord to use you. So if the Lord is increasing me, it must be some about my spirit that he see I'm walking right in his eyesight, not man's eyesight. So I just remain humble and continue to wield this sword across all heads and cutting all bald fades and braids. Whoop, 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 whoop. Bop, bop, bop. And the Bible handle business. I'm talking business. So y'all see that? That he said, verse 11, dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims, attain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul. There you go. Which war against the soul. So there you go, family. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 25. And I'm going to read verse 1, then I'm going to skip down to 35 to 45. That's right, Jason. Talk that talk. That's right. That's right. That's right, my brother. 2 Kings 2:9. And it came to pass, when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I should do for thee, before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of your spirit be given me. He said, boy, you have asked a hard thing. But when I'm taking up, if the Lord would do it, he going to do it. But if not, hey, he's not going to do it. But the Lord did it, though, and gave Elisha a double portion of knowledge, a double portion of understanding. Let's go, family, to Leviticus chapter 25, and I have two more scriptures after this. Leviticus chapter 25. And I'm going to read verse 1, then I'm going to skip down to 35 to 45. Thank you, T. Washington, for the scriptures. How you doing, Miss Brinya? How you doing, Moshe Ben Yehuda? And all the other brothers and sisters who came into the chat. I pray all is well, family. Leviticus 25. And your brother K. Judah going to read verse 1. And then I'm going to skip down to 35 through 45. And I have two more scriptures after this. Leviticus 25 and verse 1. And it reads, and the Lord spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, now jump down to 35 to 45. Let's see what he said. 35 to 45. Let's see what he said. And it reads, if thy brother be waxing poor and falling in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger. Though your brother be a stranger. Though your brother be a stranger. I can close the book right now, family, because they've been lying to us, telling us that a stranger only mean those of another nationality. Let me read this one more time for the people in the back. One more time for the people in the back. Verse 35. If thy brother be waxing poor and fall in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner. Oh, we can also be a sojourner. Because you remember, it's 12 tribes, and we coming from different tribes, different parts of land to go into other lands. You are a stranger in that land, and you are a sojourner in your brother's territory. Knowledge. Now, I'm getting that knowledge, man. I get it now, family. We can also be a stranger in the tribe of Levi, in the tribe of Zebulun, in the tribe of Naphtali, because you don't know them if you go to their land. They don't know you if you go to their land. You are a stranger unto them and a sojourner in their land, according to their tribe. You are a stranger. Verse 36. Take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee. Thou should not give him thy money upon usury. That means you can't add nothing to the money. Try to add some increase to it. You know how the Gentiles do us? Interest rates. You can't do that to your brother. The Lord don't like that. Verse 37. Thou should not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victual for increase. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, to give you the land of Canaan, and to be your God. And if thy brother that dwelleth with thee be waxing poor, and be sold unto thee, thou should not compare him to serve as a bondservant, but as an hired servant, like Jeffrey was on Fresh Prince. And as a sojourner, oh, there it go again. Because you remember when the Bible say, if a stranger sojourn with thee, so y'all thinking only a stranger can mean a heathen, but you've been woefully misinformed. The people in the back, and the people outside the back, and the people that's outside the street. You have been woefully misinformed, lying, telling our people that the Gentiles, strangers, is the only one God is talking to. Nope. Not according to the scriptures we just read today. We can be a stranger, and we can also be a sojourner. Verse 40, but as a hired servant and as a sojourner, he shall be with thee and shall serve thee unto the year of the Jubilee. Now we know the Jubilee means the time of release. You remember when you got to count the 50? 7 times 7, 49, and the day after that is 50. That's called the year of release, the Jubilee. That's when the Lord is going to send everybody back to their land, and he's going to relieve Israel of all our captivity and oppression. That's called Jubilee. That's knowledge, family. That's knowledge. I'm going to do a lesson one day to show you that the Lord is coming in the year of Pentecost on the Day of Atonement. But I don't know the day, the month, the time of the year. See, that's what people have to understand. God gave us signs. He did. but he never gave you the time and the day of the year. So all y'all talking about 2023, 2024, 2025. The Lord never told you that. Who gave you that? Because you making that up out of your imagination. Because the Lord didn't give, not even Christ know when he gonna come back. So how you know? If the Son don't know, but the Lord gave it to you though, right? Verse 41, and then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his father shall he return. For they are my servants. Ooh, I love that, Lord. I love the way you put that, Lord. These are my servants, not your servants. So they can't serve you like a slave. They got to serve you like an high servant, like Jeffrey was on Fresh Prince. They can't serve you as a bond servant, like you're going to rule over your brother. I love the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. This is a fair God. He is fair. And all his laws, statutes, and commandments are great and beautiful the way he think. You ain't finna misuse your brother in my sight. But look how the heathen treat us, though. Look how other nationalities treat us, though. But we don't supposed to do each other like that, family. We got to get out of this mentality. You just want to use your people and abuse your people. You can't do that, Israel. You're going to get judged for that. The Lord going to deal with you for misusing your people. Verse 42, for they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They should not be sold as bondmen. Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shall fear thy God. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen. Shall be of the heathen. Your bondmen and your bondmaids shall be of the heathen. You cannot misuse your brother. You cannot mistreat your brother. You will not use him as a slave. You can use him as a hired servant because you're going to pay him for his work. That's what the Lord said. That's what the Lord said. And I can't shoot. Verse 45, moreover of the children of Israel. Ooh, here you go, y'all. Here you go. Listen, verse 45. Moreover of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them. You see how he switched it? First he called my brother a stranger, but I can't use him as a bondmaid or a bondmaid or a bondman. But then he flipped it and say, but the stranger that sojourn among you, of them you can use as bondmen and bondwomen. So you see how I use stranger in the same chapter, but you have to use it in proper context. One was my brother and one is the heathen. Verse 45, moreover of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begot in your land, they should be your possession. Knowledge. Let's go to Songs of Songs, which is Solomon. Songs chapter 1 and verse 1 through 6. Songs of Songs, which is Solomon. And I got one more scripture after this, and we gone, family. Because I want to show you something. Songs of Songs. And I'm going to go to chapter 1. And I'm going to read 1 through 6. And it read, the Songs of Songs, which is Solomon. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth. For thy love is better than wine. Because of the Savior of thy good ornaments. Thy name is as an ornament pole for it. Therefore do the virgins love thee. Draw me. We will run after thee. The king hath brought me into his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The upright love thee. I am black and comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curse of Solomon. Look not upon me because I am black, because the sun have looked upon me. My mother's children was angry with me. My mother's children was angry with me. They made me to keep up the vineyard, but my own vineyard have I not kept. What is this talking about? What is this talking about? Let's go see, family. Let's go to the last scripture. Psalms 69. Now remember, he said my mother's children was angry with me. Now I want y'all to know something according to edification purposes. Solomon is talking. But there's somebody talking through Solomon. Our mother's children was not angry with Solomon. Solomon don't have a vineyard. When you read Isaiah chapter 5, his well-beloved had a vineyard in a very fruitful hill. The vineyard is Israel and Judah. Who is the shepherd of the vineyard? Yahshua HaMashiach. So who's telling you he's black and comely? Yahshua HaMashiach. Who do the upright love? They didn't love Solomon. They love Yahshua HaMashiach. So when you read the songs of Solomon, there's a love story between Yahshua and Israel. It's a love story. Because according to Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 2, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and beautiful and delicate woman. So he's married to Israel, which is his wife. And he have desired that woman. He waited till you was grown. He waited till your hair grew. And he waited till your breast was fashioned. And then he made a covenant with that woman. He didn't wait till she was a little girl, Israel. Y'all out there talking about you could mess with little girls. He waited till the breast was fashioned and the hair was long. He didn't mess with a child. So all y'all up in talking about, you can get a little girl when she in her flower. You're sick in the mind, boy. You are sick in your mind. The Lord waited till this woman was of age where he can deal with her and went into a covenant with that woman according to her growth, which is Israel. Which is Israel. So let's go to the last scriptures. Psalms 69 and 6-9. And I want to see if the Lord is going to call himself a stranger. Let's see. Because this didn't happen to David. This did not happen to David. This happened to one man. And his name is Yahshua HaMashiach. Psalm 69 and verse 6-9. Thank you, T. Washington, my beloved sister, for in the chat for your brother K. Judah. Because I know I move quite fast. I move quite fast, my sister. So thank you. So anybody listen to the replay, you got the scriptures in the chat. And please write it down, because I'm telling you, it's going to come a time where people are going to run up on you. Oh, do you know Jesus? Do you know the Lord? Do you love him? And you're going to have to wield that sword, not because you're trying to beat them down, but because you're trying to give them some edification. Psalm 69. And your brother K. Judah going to read 6-9. And it reads, let not them that wait upon thee, O God of hosts, be ashamed for my sake. Let not them that wait upon thee, O Lord God of hosts, be ashamed for my sake. Not talking about David. Let not those that seek thee be confounded for my sake, O God of Israel. Because for thy sake I have borne reproach. Who bore reproach? Yahshua. Those who reproached the Father, it fell on Yahshua. Because for thy sake I have borne reproach. Shame hath covered my face, and I'm become a stranger. And I become a stranger. Yahshua just told you he have become a stranger unto his brethren, his mother's children. Verse 8, and I'm become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children. For the zeal of thy house have eaten me up, and the reproaches of them that reproach thee are fallen upon me. So Christ told you he was a stranger unto his brethren. So how you gonna tell me that if I go all the way to where my brother Abner is, and he show me the city, and he bring me around his people, they gonna say, hey, Abner, who that is? Why would they do that, K. Judah? Y'all all black. It doesn't matter. They don't know me, man. And when you don't know somebody, they are a stranger unto you. Hey, who is this stranger at the dinner table? Hey, where you from, young man? Oh, Houston, Texas. Oh, okay, nice to meet you. Because they don't know me. I'm a stranger in that house. Wherever I go out there with Sharshem. I'm going to be a stranger unto his partners in there. He taking me around, showing me where he from. We kicking it with the people. We in the streets hollering at the brethren. Hey, Sharshem, who that is, bro? Oh, yeah, it's my brother K. Judah from Houston, Texas. Okay, hey, what's good, bro? Good to meet you, because they don't know me. See what I'm saying? So Christ was a stranger unto his brethren, because when he came on the scene, they didn't know him. Man, who is this? Doing all this beautiful talking, healing people and curing everybody of their disease. Who is this man, dog? Hey, where he come from? Oh, he come from Ephratah, Bethlehem. Oh, okay. Because they didn't know him, family. They never seen no man like that healing everybody and curing everybody their diseases and causing the dead to be awoke out of sleep. They ain't never seen nothing like that. So, man, they looked at Christ like, man, who is this man, man? So that's the lesson, family. Man, I pray y'all got some understanding, family. I thank y'all, man, for y'all support of the platform. Because like I said before, this the Lord's platform, man. He just used me to put it together. Now, like I said before, there will be no more dropping the link in my chat box. I will allow who I want on my platform. Now, it's sad it got to be that way. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be nasty. But at the end of the day, family, if anything go wrong on this platform, who y'all think they're going to blame? Me. Me. And I keep telling y'all, I got my godmother grandbabies listen to me. Amina grandbabies listen to me. I got my Iman, she listen to me. They don't want to hear all that buffoonery. My godmother done already chin checked me. I'm not about to keep getting chin checked for y'all. She got on my behind. She told me to stop letting these people come on that panel. Man, my godmother said, we want to hear the word. We don't got time for all that stupid stuff that they be doing. So she been told me to stop that open panel mess. But, sometimes I get a little rebellious, y'all, and still try to, do what I want to do. But I do listen to my godmother, and she did put me in my place about this platform because she told me that ain't your platform. That's the Lord's work. You represent the Lord. So if anything go wrong, you're going to get blamed for it. So you need to be careful who you allow on your platform and how it's going to make you look, because everybody going to blame you for whatever go wrong, K. Judah. And I said, godmother, yes, ma'am, and I love you. Thank you. Thank you, Natural. It's called accountability. And for me not to look bad in front of my people, my link not going in the chat box no more. I will Gmail the link to whoever I want on my platform. Sorry. I'm sorry, but not sorry. It's sad. Hey, we act crazy too much. We don't know how to talk to each other, family. Y'all go back to all my lives. And I say this humbly. Go back to all the videos I ever did. You'll never hear me on the platform with another brother and I'm cursing them out, talking to them crazy. I don't, come on, family. Man, I'm too old for that, man. I try to avoid problems with my people. I really do. I try to avoid problems with my people because I don't want to fight with you, Israel. You're not my enemy. But you try to make me your enemy, but I ignore your buffoonery. I just ignore you, man. Unless you get highly disrespectful, then nobody will be able to get in my way. Because if anybody disrespect me or my family, or if anybody disrespect y'all in this chat box, I'm going to ride for you, family. Because at the end of the day, if you don't check it at the door, they going to think it's cool to do what they doing. The Bible say get angry, but sin not. So I got a right as a man first, not to allow no other man to think he could just disrespect me and play with me any kind of way. Nuh-uh, we ain't going to do that. But I'm going to avoid at all costs and let God fight my battles. But I'm not tolerating no disrespect from no man, because I'm not going to disrespect no other man, or most certainly not no sister. So I thank y'all, family, and I love y'all. And I pray somebody got some understanding. And I thank my brother Jason from putting them scriptures in there, because them scriptures he putting in there is right on time. Acts chapter 24, verse 16. And herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense. Man, come on, man. That's the spirit right there. If you causing offenses, the Bible say they are going to come. He say, but woe unto the man that's causing them. You got brothers causing discourse on the internet right now. You got a Negro, he want my attention so bad, y'all. Y'all have no idea. I'm over here minding my business. I'm chillaxing. I'm chilling. I'm living. I'm just minding business in K. Judah world. This man want my attention so bad, but he ain't gonna get it. That boy want my attention, but he trying everything, boy. He putting my name all in the comment, putting old videos up. He trying hard, boy. But boy, I'm ignoring you. You don't see that? You don't see I'm ignoring you, bro? But you trying, boy. Oh, you trying. But look, listen to this, though. I want to say this live so you can know. If you disrespect me or my family and that mouth get reckless, boy, what I got lined up, boy, gonna hurt your feelings, boy. I guarantee you that. I already had to put a live on private. Man, I talked about this Mexican so bad, I felt bad after I got done. I had to put that thing on private. So keep on playing with me. Because I know how to roast, boy. Oh, you have no idea. So I advise you to leave me alone. I'm asking nicely, leave me alone, bro. I'm not saying nothing about you. You keep putting videos up from a year ago. You already didn't call my sister Arka a Jezebel. You being disrespectful. But see, this what I'm telling you right now. Keep playing, homie. Watch what I do when I do it, and nobody won't be able to get in my way. And we're going to have a roast session. I'm going to have a little fun like you having fun, right? I ain't going to be malicious, but I'm going to have some fun with you. So I advise you to leave me alone, boy. I'm telling you right now, I'm not bothering you. Leave me alone. All right, family. I love y'all. Let me get up out of here. I don't want to hold y'all too long. But thank y'all, family. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Many blessings to y'all, family. I'm praying for your families. I'm praying for your loved ones, your children, your mothers and fathers, your brothers and sisters. And I want to also ask, can y'all keep my sister Lima? She's a part of FOPE. Keep my sister Lima lifted up in y'all prayers. She lost her husband, family. Her husband passed away. And Lima, if you listening, I love you, my sister Star. I love y'all. Whatever you need, holler at your brother. I already talked to Sharsham. Whatever he do, I'm gonna be there with him to help any way I can. So I love y'all, sisters. Lima, I'm praying for you. I don't know what you're going through. I never been through that, my sister. So I don't got no words. Because you got people, I always want to give words. Oh, man, you're gonna be okay. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just letting you know I'm here for you. I'm here for you, my sister. That's all I can say. I'm here for you and your sister Star. And I just pray that the Most High just keep you and your sister Star, keep you lifted up. And, many blessings to y'all sisters, man. But we here for you, my sister, and your sister Star. Thank y'all in the chat box, Corey Brown. I say big salute, brethren. Big salute, family. Hey, T, thank you, my sister. T always looking out for me, family. Thank T. Thank you for putting them scriptures in there. Hey, Israel, I'm telling y'all right now, family, live y'all life, please. Be happy within you. Live your life. Don't let nobody get in the way of you living your life. Enjoy your life. Everybody keep telling my man, the time we living in, you sit up here want people. Family, you got one life. Enjoy it, man. Why would you want to be miserable? We already in captivity, right? Which is miserable. Find your peace, man, within yourself. Not in people, but in Yah and yourself, man. Live your life. Whatever you want to do it while you have the strength to do it. You got people talking about our people trying to build things in Babylon. Man, you must ain't read the book of Jeremiah when the Lord told Israel, build houses, have children. You're going to be here 70 years. Then they have to work with their hands to eat. Then they have to build houses. What's wrong with y'all, man? Where's the wisdom at? Our people have to eat. So whatever talents and gift you have that can bring in money and revenue for you and your family, do it. Do it while you have the strength to do it, man. Don't let nobody get in your way. Don't let nobody get in your way. Do it while you have the power to do it. Do anybody have any questions before I get up out of here, family? Any questions you want to ask? Any questions you want to ask, family? Well, let me get this off the screen right quick. Hold up. I want to show y'all something before I get up out of here. I want to show y'all this. Okay, here you go. Let me open up this window right quick. I want to show y'all this, family. I have an important live coming up. This live is going to be very, very important, family. I want to thank my imam for giving me this idea through the Spirit of the Most High. So the live that we got coming up, it is called, What is Marriage, Friendship, Brotherhood, Sisterhood, and Our Relationship with Yah Defined By? What is marriage, friendship, brotherhood, sisterhood, and our relationship with Yah defined by? So that's going to be on next Friday at 7:30 p.m. You're going to have Sharsham. You're going to have Naphtali. You're going to have the Ark of 007, and you're going to have your brother K. Judah, the honey badger. And we're going to bring forth different topics on marriage and friendship and brotherhood and sisterhood. And we're going to tie this in. And how is this defined by Yah? What do Yah think about all these things? So that's what we're going to do next Friday, family. So y'all look out for that. But this is what I want to show y'all. Hold up. Okay, here you go. Y'all hold up for me right quick. Let me open up this window. And then after this, I'm gone, family. I'm gonna play a song and then we out of here. But I want y'all to see this though. Okay. This is gonna be next Friday right here, family. So y'all be looking out for this. So there y'all go, family. That's going to be next Friday. Sister Naphtali, Ark of 007, Sharsham, and your brother K. Judah, the honey badger. So, family, let's go ahead and end this live right. Like we always do. We always got to end it right. So we're going to end it with all the haters of the Most High Yah. Talking about there's no God. The food has said there's no God. Or ain't nobody in the sky coming back for y'all. Man, we for all you haters of the Most High Yah. So this is what the Lord wants you to know.
Oh. Yeah. You ready? Look. Cook crack, that's what my boss is. Could never play me for ho, I peep the clauses. My whole set is down to throw it up, but we not nauseous. And I got big drip, big splash, and whatever else out the faucet, yeah. It gets slippery around a big splasher. Your hood full of whole bunch of sombreros, big capos. I'm good with my cornea on a sparrow when it get crit tackle. But my hood keep a bag of sticks like a scarecrow. Wig snatchers, oh. Guard your head top. Serpent sliding by your ankles, plotting leg locks. Been here 10 toes in the gravel, but I ain't from bedrock. Guard your bread chop, your yeast rise. Most leaves eyes deadlock on all your treasure. Most measure man's worth, but what brings pleasure? I endeavor to add some feathers on the wings of those transgressors that feel lesser and can't quite apply the pressure to the esophagus of the oppressor. I hope my boys are intercessors to end the efforts of all you little devils. Yeah, go to hell. Hello, devil, go to hell. All you devils, go to hell. You think you know me well, but go to hell, yeah.
T'Challa business, radiation through a microwave. What y'all have witnessed is aviation through a tidal wave. I get paid, then I just iced to Jacob like the ice capades. Francis Cresswell sing ISIS papers, replace my Bible page. Cry at the wedding and hire my wifey's bridal maid. Frankie Beverly singing my angry medley through a cyber maze. So guard your head top. This is pressure in the form of a headlock. And this for my niggas to hustle, police patrolling the freeway. Whoa. This is for Nipsey Hussle, holy theologian C-Day. Them snakes exist and play a position like Kobe and D-Wade. Old school 6'4" sitting in mid condition like Toby and Wee-Way. Go to hell.
Yeah, go to hell. Hello, devil, go to hell. All you devils, go to hell. You think you know me well, but go to hell, yeah.
Hey, hey, hey. Brr, brr, hey, hello, is this God?
Yeah, this him.
But I be damn, what's up, God? I don't got nothing to say, yeah, what's up, God? What's up, God? What's up, God? Brr, brr, hey, hello, is this God for real?
Yeah, this him.
I be damn, what's up, God? What should I say if the devil called? What should I say if the devil ever called? Go to hell, go to hell, ayy. Go to hell, go to hell, now you see it. Go to hell, go to hell, ayy. Go to hell, go to hell, now you see it. Go to hell, go to hell, ayy. Go to hell, go to hell, now you see it. Go to hell, go to hell, ayy. Go to hell, go to hell.
A big salute to my brother Jabroni. Big salute to the brother, the stranger that sojourns among you. Big salute to Mika and also my sister Tiffany. So I saw my sister Tiffany in the building. Big salute to my sister Tiffany and Miss Brinya. That is T. Washington mother family. So, and her sister Tiffany. So big salute to them. All right, family, man. I love y'all, man. And August Dreams. We love you and we praying for you always, August. Can y'all keep my sister August Dreams lifted up in prayer? We praying for you always, August, and the rest of our Israelite brothers and sisters who have lost a loved one in the time that we living in. That's why I say, family, you have to enjoy your life and you have to love the ones around you. Don't disrespect your mothers and fathers. I don't care what they say, what they do. Stop listening to Israelites telling you that it's okay to disrespect your mama and your daddy. You have been woefully misinformed. That's still your mama. That's still your daddy. Even if your mama do not listen to what you bringing forth, you don't disrespect her. You don't cast her to the side. You still deal with your mama. You still deal with your father. You still deal with your brother and sister. It's just that you don't do the things they do. Like when Christmas come around, don't go to the house. They got pork on the table, don't eat the pork. Eat the other food your mama cooked for you. Like Moshe mama, she put a side of food for him on the side. Because she know he don't eat that. He still go to his mama house. See what I'm saying? Don't disrespect your mamas and daddies, man, for no Israelite. Because the Most High gonna judge you, man. Because you shouldn't be listening to no man anyway. Telling you that it's okay to disrespect your mama and them. No, it ain't. They lying to you. The devil is a lie. You lying to me. All right, let me get up out of here, man. Honey Badger. Let's get it. In the words of K. Judah, who moved like Michael Jackson, and I also sing like Prince, and I also a honey badger. I say, big salute, Israel. I say, big salute. Nigga, please.